Hello there friends, and welcome back to the series where I'm completing an Animal Crossing island in 30 days. For the last time, these are the rules that we've laid out for this challenge. And with that, it's time to jump right into day 30 off Edelwood. That's right, today we're going to be working on a slightly different part of our island. By which I mean, today we're going to be working on creating our own custom map for Edelwood. And as you guys can see from this map, the dream address is already posted, but it needs to be updated. I decided I wanted to change the time. So pretty please wait to walk through it with me when we do the tour tomorrow. I think that'd be way more fun. But without further ado, let me go ahead and start up this speed draw so that way we can hop right into making our map. So, surprise! This is what I had in store for our day 30 video on this island. I have always wanted to do one of these little custom maps, and I've never actually attempted it before, so I figured now was as good a time as any. I mean, obviously I've never attempted it before because I've never finished an island. Since this is the first island I've officially completed, I felt like this was a good way to kind of cap off the series. But don't worry, we are still going to be touring this island. That's going to come out tomorrow on the 31st, aka Halloween. I felt like that would be an appropriate day to do the tour for our little fall, kind of, sort of spooky island. But oh my gosh, okay. I have got to tell you guys about the wild experience that was my day yesterday. So I sat down and I finished recording the speed draw that you're kind of watching here. And as I was literally just casually writing a cover letter for a job I was applying to, I looked out my window and saw a cat just wandering around. And for context, we've seen this cat around our apartment complex for like a week and a half now, right? We first ran into her, oh god, no, it must have been 2 weeks. Okay, so we've seen her around for a long time now. Now, the first time we saw her, it was super late and we were coming home from a movie, and she was like in front of the apartment complex on the sidewalk, and she came up to us, said hi, and then went on her way. Didn't think much of it after that, didn't see her again, figured she maybe just was someone's pet that got out, and that was that. Fast forward to earlier this week, when we were fixing to go on our walk, because we live right next to a greenway, so we walk on that a lot, and she was out there again, like laying in the leaves and stuff. So we crouched down and we called her over, and she came right over to us. I have no idea what her name is, but she came right over to us, and we were loving on her and petting her, and we were kind of like, what do we do? Like, she seems really well taken care of to be a stray, and she literally has an air tag on her collar. So we tried to scan this air tag, didn't work. On either of our phones, didn't work. We both have Apple phones, but the AirTag was dead. So that was unfortunate, but we were on our way to Walmart anyways, so we figured maybe we could get like something to replace the battery in it and scan it and see if we can contact the owner. So that night we went and got an AirTag, and we also got a leash because, I mean, I don't have any pets. I don't have like a leash or a small crate on hand, but my thought process was, okay, if I cross paths with her again, I can take her to a vet and see if she has a microchip if this AirTag thing is a dead end. So that brings us to yesterday. I'm working on optimizing all the footage so that way I can speed it up and this computer won't burst into flames, and submitting like an application for something and all that. And I look out my window, like where I usually watch the squirrels play and stuff, and she's just strolling along, minding her business, and I was like, this is my chance, this is my chance. So I grabbed a few of like some cooked chicken scraps that we had, and the leash and the battery for the AirTag, and ran outside. She came right up to me. I mean, I didn't have to rush. Like, I'm running out of my house in a panic, and she's just like, oh, hi friend, do you have any more chicken for me? So I hooked the leash on her collar, which she was not happy about, and I can't say I blame her, but she wasn't like angry. She was just kind of like, what the heck is this? Why are you pulling on my neck? And I was not pulling very hard. It was just that there was tension there, and she probably didn't like that. But I scooped her up in my arms and gave her some chicken to apologize, and brought her into our house, and we sat on the bathroom floor. So that was not on my to-do list for yesterday, casually texted Alex while he was at work, and I was like, I can show you guys the text, literally. I was like, hey, quick update. I have a cat on our bathroom floor. And his response, what? What do you mean, quick update? But I had cleared this with him ahead of time. We had already discussed that if I came across this cat again, I was gonna try to find her, see if she had a microchip, try to contact the owner, because we just assumed that she was lost. Now, I think I was hopefully optimistic that she was lost. However, Alex was kind of like apprehensive. He was more like, this cat looks way too well taken care of to be a stray. You know, like, it's got a collar on, it looks like at least relatively clean. This cat's got white on her little paws, so you'd think that that would be way more dirty if she's been outside for 2 weeks now. So he, being the realist that he is, came to the conclusion before I did that this is probably just an irresponsible owner who is letting their cat have unsupervised outdoor time. And despite never having owned a cat before, the thought of just casually letting your cat out for, quote, unsupervised outdoor time, like, makes me viscerally angry. Like, you just let your cat outside. And for reference, we're not, like, in a secluded little spot. We live next to a, like, not a major highway. That's dramatic, Ashley. We live next to, like, a main road. Like, a busy main road. And also, it's an apartment complex. So on the other side of the apartments, we have apartment driveways and parking and whatnot. So, like, there are a lot of cars around. And then on top of that, there are people walk their dogs super frequently on the greenway that I mentioned that goes past our apartment. So that's just, it strikes me as incredibly irresponsible, regardless of the circumstances, to just let your cat have unsupervised outdoor time. Maybe I'm uneducated on that. Maybe that's something that you're supposed to do. But from where I'm standing, I don't see how you can justify that, right? I don't know if you guys have been following this Max the Cat saga on TikTok, but that's a good example to back up my point. It's this saga where this cat's owner puts a little, like, tiny GoPro on his collar and then lets him out to roam the streets, and this cat terrorizes the streets, okay? What if this sweet little kitty runs into a cat like Max? You know? It just seems irresponsible to me. I'm getting ahead of myself, but to make a long story short, I brought this cat inside, took her, she was terrified, this poor sweetheart, she did not like being in the car, but took her like 2 minutes down the road to a vet to check for a microchip. No microchip. So I'm posting her like in local Facebook groups, on like online lost pet forums. Alex comes home from work in the afternoon and we're kind of thinking like, well, do we keep her overnight and see if anyone claims her? And then do we maybe take her to a shelter, or do we consider keeping her? Like, she has an air tag in her collar, like someone somewhere loves this cat, but we were just totally unsure. Now, in the midst of all of this, I decided to check on our resident portal and just checking to see if anyone had posted about missing a cat, right? I did not find a post about a missing cat. However, on October 7th, so a little over 3 weeks ago, someone posted saying that she had found a gray cat with a white chest and underbelly and white socks wearing a floral collar. Literally the same cat that I was staring at after I finished reading that message. And she had posted like listing a phone number to contact if you were the owner. So I texted that phone number and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. This is really random, but I have the same cat in my bathroom that you had in your bathroom like 3 weeks ago at this point. Did you ever get in contact with the owner? Do you know like which apartment she's in, or if there's a phone number I can call to return this cat to her? This lady was so sweet and so helpful. She gave us the lady's apartment number so we could go and try to take this cat back, right? I scoop her up in my arms, and thankfully, up to this point, I had not really let myself get too attached to this cat. She was so sweet. Such a sweetheart. She was so happy to be inside, and she was just purring the whole time she was in my bathroom hanging out with me. Such a sweetheart. But I hadn't quite let myself get attached to the thought of this cat yet because, well, we hadn't ruled out that she had an owner somewhere. Number one priority was returning her to her owner. So we scooped her up and carried her over to this other apartment, knocked on the door, and no one answered. We heard a dog barking, and we think we heard someone talking inside, but like, it could have been a kid that was like told not to answer the door to strangers, which would be fair, you know. I think I heard talking inside at least, but so we brought her back home, put her back on our bathroom floor, and I ended up writing a note to leave on the door. I just like scribbled real quick on a piece of notepaper. I was like, hey, long story short, we found your cat. I reached out to the girl who had posted about it on the resident portal a few weeks ago, and she told us where to bring the cat back to. Here's my phone number. We'll try again in a few hours to bring her back if we don't hear from you, or you can just call or text me, whatever. So I also wrote on the bottom, P.S. she's a sweetheart with a little smiley face because I didn't want to come off as too aggressive. Recovering people pleaser. Literally like 15 minutes go by, and I get a text from this person that I didn't see because I was busy playing with this cat, and then seconds later I get a phone call from this person, and I was very quickly like, oh, like, hey, what's up? And she was like, hey, I got your note. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, about the cat. Gave her my apartment number so she could come by and pick up this cat. And that is when this lady confirms to me. She knocks on our door. I have her cat in my hands. I pass this sweet cat over to her owner, and this woman goes, yeah, she just likes to have outside time. So if you see her around again, just know that she has a home and she's loved. You can just leave her be. She knows how to find her way back. Excuse me? I'm sorry? What? And like, I had to pause and take a few hours to like collect myself after that encounter before I could bring myself to update the posts and stuff that I had made across these different forums trying to find this poor cat's owner. Because I knew that if I updated them immediately, it was gonna be so passive aggressive, and I was just gonna be like, yeah, reunited, turns out this owner just lets her cat wander around unsupervised for hours on end and thinks that's okay. I don't know, maybe I'm overreacting, but I will leave that open as a possibility. But I have a hard time understanding anyone's reasoning for letting their domesticated cat outside. I mean, if you have like a barn cat or something, that's something totally different, because that's like its job. The cat stays in the barn. My southern is really showing in this example, but cat stays in the barn, like hangs out with the other animals, knows where it's supposed to be. This is a cat that, as far as I'm aware, has only lived a life inside, right? And this owner's just like, yeah, we just let her out sometimes to go explore and wander. She just enjoys it. That just screams irresponsible pet owner to me. And my friends, I was updating my friends about the situation as it was unfolding, and they were like, yeah, it sounds like the next time you see her around, you've just got yourself a new cat, which I don't agree with either. Because like, as much as I would love to just like scoop this cat up and give her a nice home somewhere inside where she's not gonna like be able to go out and wander and be in this danger. Again, we live next to a main busy road, but like at the same time, I can't justify taking this cat away when I know that they have like a loving owner. I really am tired because like, I don't know what to do about it. I feel so bad because like, I mean, I shouldn't judge this person because I don't know their full circumstance. Maybe the cat just gets out a lot and that's kind of her way of brushing it off and making it seem like it's not a big deal. But I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. I shouldn't pass judgment, but it does rub me the wrong way. So yeah, that's the roller coaster of an update I have for you guys on today's episode of Ashley's Crazy Life. And because all of that went down, I actually didn't get to record the voiceover until this morning. And by this morning, I actually mean this morning on the 30th. So, hi guys, this is the closest. These videos normally come out at noon, so this is the closest to like upload time I've ever recorded a voiceover or like had to crunch to finish a video. So, what's up guys? Hope you're having a nice, what day is it? Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. That's embarrassing. Hope you're having a nice Wednesday. And yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on the, like, ethics of letting a domesticated cat outside for this quote-unquote unsupervised outside time. Let me know. Let me know if you think I'm crazy, or let me know if you think that I'm totally within my rights to be this peeved, irritated about that situation. If nothing else, I'm glad that we were able to bring her inside for a few hours, and like, in all seriousness, she's probably fine for the most part, but it just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if I should say something to like our apartment complex and maybe kind of like wait a little bit, maybe like wait a week or so, just so she doesn't realize it's me that's saying something, and tell our apartment office being like, hey, this woman confirmed to me that she's letting her pet roam outside unsupervised, which I'm sure is against your rules. So maybe let them do something about it. I don't know. I would hate to see something happen to this cat because this owner's irresponsible, in my opinion, you know? But also, it's not my cat. At the end of the day, what can I really do about it? I don't know. I just need a place to vent and to like share this crazy experience. I know that one of my followers is, we've talked a few times in the comments, you're a vet tech. I would love to hear your thoughts on the situation. Please share with me. I feel like you're qualified to give some advice on the situation. But anyways, crazy cat story aside, we've just about finished up the little map that I've been working on here. So, just as a reminder, this is the map that we started with, the original map of Edelwood, and this is the map that we finished with. Now, to be totally fair, do I think that there's room for improvement? Yes. I think that my first mistake was using the original size of the screenshot. So like if I was to zoom in around the animals and like the specific drawings, you can really see that it's pixely, and that's just because the map itself is so small. I think that next time I was to attempt this, I would size it up like 3 or 4 times just so it didn't have that pixelated look to it. But besides that, I'm really happy with how it came out. It's got a map of like all the places you can walk and like all of the major items, like we can see our resident services, our neighborhood, our farmer's market, county fair. I'm really happy with how the farm looks and like the apple orchard areas too. So yeah, despite it being a first attempt, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. All right, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's a little bit different from like what other people do in their 30-day challenges, but this is a part of the 30-day experience that I was really looking forward to, so I hope you guys didn't mind watching that as I talked about my crazy cat story from yesterday. And with that, I've got some dream address prepping to do. So if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube jazz on your way out, and I will catch you guys for the tour in tomorrow's episode. Bye! I just finished recording that outro and realized tomorrow's gonna be the last time I record that outro. Oh my gosh. This is it.